Hello, Repony. My name is Hawk Nightwing, the most unapologetic defender of G5 you'll ever meet, and I think we've been robbed. Like, genuinely. How can Hasbro in good conscience throw away something as amazing as this? Do they even have souls? Oh wait, no they don't. I kind of forgot for a moment there. No joke, guys. This episode rules. This is another one of those reviews in which I don't really need to keep you guys in suspense as to what I think of this episode. It is absolutely incredible. It's been a good while since I got emotional watching this season, but man, was it worth it. Out of all the episodes we got in this season, this episode was by far my most anticipated, because Allura's backstory was one of my biggest curiosities. It was a mystery I wanted answered, and it did not disappoint. No more beating around the bush, guys. This is my review of Naruto Season 2, Episode 22, No Place Like Home. The episode basically opens up with Twitch begging Allura to take him to the board trot. Eventually, after lots of cutesy eyes, our favorite snow leopard finally agrees. Once the main six leave to go to movie night, Allura and Twitch enter the theme park, and she begins to sing a melancholy song about her backstory. We get flashes of her early life, how she met Twitch, so on and so forth. After a bunch of fun, the two return to their cave, and the episode ends with Allura remembering the voice of her brother. Now let's explore what makes this episode so awesome. First off, it's got some genuine heart to it. I think the last time I came this close to crying in an episode this season was A Swing in the Misty, and we haven't really had an emotional powerhouse like that since. Until now, that is. For me, not crying in this episode is impossible. I tried, but once the song started playing and we saw glimpses of Allura's backstory, I just couldn't help it. Even from the fragmented glimpses we see, the episode effectively conveys Allura as this tragic, broken figure. She might just be the best villain out of the entire LMP catalog, at least in terms of depth and complexity. You know she wants to go back home to whatever realm she came from, but this episode really hammers home why she wants to do this, why she wants Nova Charm to go home so badly. She was just having fun and curiosity got the best of her, stranding her in Starlight Ridge for who knows how many years. She's just lost and wants to go home. Not a day goes by that she doesn't think of this one mistake that changed her life forever and rendered her an outcast. Her entire motivation is based around family and finding her way back to those she lost, which is an incredibly personal goal. It humanizes her in a way and gives her motivation we can relate to as an audience. And we also get to see how she came to find Twitch and care for him. He really is all she has left now, her only family. The entire episode demonstrates how Allura is really just an individual trapped by circumstances outside of her control. The entire reason why she went crazy and enslaved the ponies of Starlight Ridge to begin with was because she felt like she had to, for the greater good. She never cared about world domination or any of that stuff. All she wants to do is go home, and her worldview has been shattered so badly from decades of being in isolation that this is the only way she feels she can do it. She has to chase others away or bend them to her will in order to get what she wants. And heck, when Allura and Allura called out to each other in the main chorus of the song swelled, that got to me. It really did. I managed not to cry, but I came close. Family is the theme that G5 excels at with flying colors. They always deliver the best stories whenever they touch on it. I also never thought I'd be rooting for Allura to this extent, but this episode did it. It managed to recontextualize everything we thought we knew about our favorite snow leopard, and I love it. Not to mention, the bond between her and Twitch was also great. I still wouldn't go so far as to call him a great or even good character, except for in that one episode. But I will say this. I went from outright questioning his existence in my Chapter 6 review to understanding his place in the story 100%. He's like the Spike to Allura's Twilight, and as much as he might get on Allura's nerves from time to time, the two need each other, and like I stated before, they're like family. Allura cares for him deeply, as shown when she saves him from being trapped on the Ferris wheel. She views him like a little brother in a way, and it's wonderful to see her lighten up a little and smile when he's having fun at the board trot. Again, it brings greater dimension to her character, seeing her not all stern and cold all the time. Also, I gotta love the attention to continuity with the whole friendship bracelet charms thing, when they're right into teacups. Like, out of all the details to remember, Gretchen Mallory brought back the one from Posey's first redemption episode. It gives that episode greater meaning, knowing that the villain will later come to discover friendship in the exact same way. Lastly, there's the way the episode ends, in which, oh boy, that's a very tragic way to end it. Both with this episode and Ooh, a New Friend, they ended in a very unconventional manner. Not traditionally happy, but foreboding and sad even. In the latter, it was Allura rejecting the ponies outright and sealing herself away in her cave. And in this episode, the story ends on a gut-punching note with Allura remembering Allura, and we see one last flash of them as kids. Like, jeez. When it wants to, G5 goes hard. Only for kids might flank. The ending here was gutsy. While there was a brief note of reassurance that Allura will always have Twitch by her side, she's still nowhere closer to finding her way back home. She's still trapped in a place completely foreign to her, and she still feels completely isolated and alone. Possibly forever. Again, it's quite tragic. So at the end of all this analysis, What do I think of the episode? Well, dang it, I admit it. This is my new favorite episode out of Fairy Tail. Yes, I never expected this day would ever come, at the penultimate chapter of this generation no less. But the reason why this episode finally beats Blocky Walkies, as much as I still adore that special to death, is because of one simple fact. This episode was not only heartfelt and emotional, with poignant familial themes, a tragic overtone, and a banger song, but it managed to leave a lasting impact and recontextualize the whole story up to this point. And if an episode can do that, then that's how you know you got a top tier winner on your hooves. If I was to name one flaw with the episode, to be fair, just one flaw, it would be the song starting a bit too early. I can figure out a much better placement for it. Maybe once Allura stood atop the zipper coaster and looked at the vast expanse of the board drop beneath her, seeing the physical embodiment of everything those pesky little ponies took from her, maybe tears could have welled up in her eyes and she could have started singing. As is, I got what they were going for. I just think this would have been a much better lead-in, rather than the song starting rather abruptly. Other than that, S-tier episode. And yeah, looks like the finale is almost here. I'm really gonna miss this series. We had something special here, but all good things must come to an end, unfortunately. Even if it's ultimately an untimely end brought upon through corporate negligence. But I'll save my brief overall thoughts on Naruto Season 2 for my analysis in about 2 weeks. Again, Hasbro, don't screw up the final episode. But what do you guys think of this episode? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you are new here and you want to see more, then feel free to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel to be updated on future content. We analysts appear to be a dying breed in the community, as mindless hate videos are all the rage, so your contributions make a huge difference in helping me grow. Until next time, this is Hawk Nightwing signing out. Hoof to heart.